Hey there, everybody. Don Evans here from WatchReport.com, your source for real, honest reviews. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Geckota K1 by WatchGecko. This is my first time with a watch by WatchGecko and the Geckota series. Their first couple of models that I remember coming out like last year didn't interest me. I remember a few of them didn't have Sapphire Crystals, and as you may know by now, if you follow my reviews here at Watch Report, you know I'm kind of a stickler for that. And here's the thing, though. This is a price of $254, and it does have a Sapphire Crystal. It also has a Seiko NH35 automatic movement. You're looking at a 40 millimeter case. This is the 40 millimeter version. There's also a 44 millimeter version. This has 20 millimeter lug width, 13 millimeter stick, 45 millimeters lug to lug, and as I said, your price is $254. Now, when it comes to straps, you're not going to get the straps that you see that I have here. These are the straps that Geckota sent me, or WatchGecko sent me, I guess more specifically. And I chose these by looking on the website. Now, so these would be an extra charge. I don't know the price of this strap offhand. I think it's about $20 or $25. This one, I believe, this green crosshatch style leather is about $15 actually. So this one's not expensive at all. Pretty cool strap. In the full review, you're going to see pictures of it on this one. Pretty neat strap. I like these. Not taking anything away from this tan leather either. Now, the actual straps that you'll receive, there's a drop down menu, and you could choose from a couple of different straps, or you could choose just the watch head only. So let me pick the watch up, give you a look around the dial here and the case. Pretty nice brush case. You could see a very prominent fixed bezel area that is high polished. This is a screw down crown, which is something that you do find these on pilot style watches. It's not like it's out of the norm, but it's not, it's a little more rare, it's the exception, not the rule, I guess would be the way to say it. So it is nice to see a screw down crown on a watch like this. It is 100 meters water resistant. You have a very nice engraved case back. Actually, it's a very, very nice engraved case back. You can feel it, but it doesn't. It's not going to mark up your the back of your wrist or anything like that. There's a nice look at the leather strap. This is a very soft leather strap. I'm going to put links to these straps. I'll try and put them, if I remember, in the YouTube description. They will definitely be in the full review at watchreport.com. So as always, click the eye in the upper right hand part of the screen. Will take you over to the full review. But I'll put direct links to both those straps on the WatchGecko site if anybody is interested in having this strap, these straps, I should say, with this particular watch. See if we can get a nice close-up here of the dial. You do have BGW9 Super Luminova on here. This is very, very nice in the dark. I will, of course, give you a lume shot here in a second. As always, well, you know what? I'll actually, here's what I'll do. I'll cut it off here. I'll give it a quick charge, and I'll turn off all the lights real fast because I have a lot of lights going on here. And we'll give you a look at the lume. All right, here is a look at the lume. As you can see, it's done very, very well. This was like maybe a 10-second charge here that I did. I still have another light on in the background, but I think you can get a pretty good idea of how nice this lume is. All right, we are back to full brightness here. You know, it's funny. I recently stated in one of my reviews, I believe it was the Dan Henry review, that I wanted to see a Sapphire Crystal in those because Personally, I prefer it, and it's just what I prefer on a watch. I personally will not purchase a watch if it does not have a sapphire crystal. That's just me. Everybody's experience is different. You know, ever since I've been collecting and buying watches, I've had bad experiences with mineral crystals and sapphire coated mineral crystals. I've scratched the hell out of them basically, and the only thing I really trust is a sapphire. And when you start talking about prices, you know, micro brands and different brands are all over the map these days. There's so much competition. It's kind of crazy at times. And one thing I've noticed is that I'm amazed by how some brands can build such a great watch for the price, and others try and do the same, and it's lacking a little bit. You might have all, like, you know, you could have an automatic movement and a sapphire crystal and leather straps or canvas straps, whatever, but the quality of the finishing isn't there. Or, you know, you got very fickle pins, and if it comes in a bracelet, or, you know, rattling end links, or the finishing is just, you know, you could tell it was a Chinese special on the bracelet, that type of deal. Or you know, a clasp that doesn't work very well. You know, there's so many things that, you know, rough edges around the case back, around the bottom of the lugs. There's so many things that you can cut corners with, and they have to cut, or most of the time, most companies I've seen have to cut those corners and to be able to deliver that watch at that price. You know, for instance, of this at $254, to be able to give you those other things that you're looking for. I can honestly say right now that is not the case with this watch. I don't know how they do it. This is not marketing's ploy. I'm not paid to say this. I've always said this. Real honest review means I tell you what I think, what I feel, the real deal. I don't care if you buy the watch. That's not what we're here for. We're here to give you a review. Obviously, it comes from a place of personal perspective on my end. Hopefully, you know, the amount of time that I've been doing reviews and the amount of time and all the watches that I've had pass through my hands gives me some expertise in this area to be able to convey on to you guys. This does not feel like a $254 watch. It just doesn't. And that's really strange in a good way. I don't know what their margins are on this. You know, obviously it's being produced in Asia, and there's nothing wrong with that. We see a lot of watches produced in Asia these days. I just don't know how they're doing it for this price. I mean, okay, the case is nothing. I mean, we've seen cases like this before. It's not like this is the first pilot watch out there by any stretch of the imagination. But I mean, look at the brush finishing on this. Look at it on the crown. Look at the high polish here. The finishing on this is well above a $254 price point. If you compare this to a Dan Henry watch, just for instance, the last Dan Henry I reviewed was $200. It was quartz, and it had a double dome sapphire crystal. You did get a really nice case back on the Dan Henry as well, and pretty decent finishing. I believe personally the finishing is better on this. You're getting, I would say, the same style, or, you know, the same level of case back. But you're also getting a Seiko NH35 on this, as opposed to a quartz. You're getting a sapphire crystal, a screwed out crown. It's just one of those things, and I know this video is going longer than I normally would for a watch such like this, because there's not a ton to talk about with this watch. But it just strikes me, its competition is really fierce these days, and I got to give credit to Watch Gecko and Geckota here. I'm not sure how they're doing it. I got to say, they did $254. This watch is a steal. I still have my full review to do, and going to do the write-up here in the next couple of days or so after I do this video. And, you know, I'm still going to give the watch a once-over and wear it a little bit more. It's by no means perfect, and of course at $254 I don't expect it to be. But I got to say, I'm very impressed at $254 what kind of watch you can get with this Geckota K1. let me give you a shot on my 7.5-inch wrist. If I can get the watch. Look at that nice strap while you're sitting here waiting for me to get the damn watch on. All right. Apologies for that. There is a look on my 7.5-inch wrist. Now, obviously, this might be small for some, so if the 40 millimeter doesn't cut it for you, they do have a 44 millimeter. 40 by 45 here, this is going to fit, this will fit anybody's wrist. It just depends on your size preference. Obviously, if you have a smaller wrist and, 44 and 45 millimeter watches aren't your thing, this will be perfect for you. As always, leave a like or a comment here on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. You will never miss another review. Also, I ask if you like our reviews, if you follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But whether, if you're on social media and you're watching this review here on our YouTube channel, or you're reading the review at watchreport.com, please give it a share. Share it on your social media platforms. Share it with your friends. Share it in your watch groups. Share it wherever you like. I don't care. Share it with your neighbor and, see if they like it. But it'd be appreciated if you would share our content whatever you can. This has been a look at the Geckota K1 Pilot. This has been Don Evans for watchreport.com. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you very much.